Hey guys, number one Marmaduke fan here. I got a birthday present for a Batman fan, and I had to do some quality inspection before I get it ready for the birthday party. So this is from Target, and I know like a year or two ago, like DC did this like Walmart exclusive thing that made all the comic book news and all the crazy collectors, of course, would go to Walmarts and buy up all the books that were supposed to be for kids because that suddenly meant they had collector's value or something. So I don't know if this is a Target exclusive or if they just took the Walmart books and now they're putting them in Walmart and Target, but I went to Target looking for a Batman book and I found a Batman book. So I'm going to be reviewing this as like because I'm interested in what are the main comic book companies doing for the normies, the disgusting normies. No, I'm just kidding. All right, and what I'll say is like I think this passes the test. This is because I think a good like normie Batman book has to meet like two criteria. It's got to like speak to the little kid, like especially the little boy who's at Target and it's like competing with the goofy Lego Batman and the goofy like Lego Arctic Adventure Zone Batman action figure sections, right? And in the book section, it's competing with Captain Underpants and the young adult comics. So definitely Batman the Cape Crusader #1. I think would speak to a little boy, even down to like having a giant shark man and Batman on the cover. I don't know. I do like the gray and blue Batman outfit though. Something about that's a little punchier for a cover. I can dig the black, but I don't know. Like gray and blue's subtle, right? Like that. It means that he's like a subtle, snazzy dressed fellow. But anyway. I also think this would pass the test of like Grandma Ethel looking at it. I don't know, that shark looks scary. Well, I don't see any blood or sex, so I guess this is okay for Johnny. Yeah, so it works for normies. Oh, I also got like the display case because I got the last one. The display case was in the clearance rack, and this book was all by itself in a completely different section. So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but let's pull this out and hop at it. So price-wise, it's actually, like, when you compare it with other books at Target, it's pretty competitive. This price, if I were comparing it to books in the comic book shop, like, if I'm paying $9.99 for a book, I don't know, that's like the price they charge for, like, those super special, like, oh, it's this legendary writer we brought out of retirement to tell the Superman story he always wanted to tell. 100 pages, yeah, but $10 for a 100-page book, it seems to be about what they price these days. Less good deal than a manga, less good deal than the library, but definitely they're at least like competing with Captain Underpants. That's an okay price to compete with Captain Underpants. So we've got 4 stories. 2 of them they describe as all new, which I take to mean they made them for this series. Okay, another little like design note. I like that they call this Batman and not Detective Comics because normies don't know what Detective Comics is. And every story does have a nice, bad guys causing trouble and Batman and Robin have to stop them. Really simple, really fun vibe. I chuckled at both of the new stories because they kind of like captured that 1960s cheesy thing where, it was kind of goofy and Robin would have a few quips and one-liners, but it wouldn't be, it's Batman being kind of fun and just doing his thing, stopping bad guys and not, hey kids, we're stupid kind of humor. So excellent work on that. The artist for this one was Scott Collins, and the writer was Jeff Parker. So it was just like basically the Shark King shows up and he's mad at the marine biologist. There's a cool little subplot where I guess this has got to be Damian Wayne, right? If it's modern day Robin. Damian Wayne is grumpy that he didn't go to the aquarium, and Batman's trying to like keep him safe. But then while Batman thinks he's going in to fight the bad guy, and Damian's just going to do support, then the bad guy sneaks up on Damian, and then it's kind of like a cool, okay, I'm sorry you felt left out, so I'm going to take you to Aquaman for a cool adventure. Kind of like Batman as a dad kind of vibe. And I don't know, Damian was okay in this. It was just Damian as Robin doing Robin-y stuff, not Damian as like an insufferable little SOB. Okay, look at these ads. Look, okay, they're targeting it at the moms and the kids. That's good. So it's like the Superman of Smallville young adult book, and it's the Dear Justice League kids books. All right, good. So they're targeting the advertisements to the presumed audience. Batman in Arkham Asylum Escape, Jeff Parker, the writer, Scott Koblish, the artist. The artists they got for the 2 new stories, I'd say, they're okay. I feel like This is sort of like a cereal box comic kind of a job where they're letting the new, young, and untested artists like try out Batman, which is always got to feel cool. But like they aren't getting the Greg Capullos of the world to do these stories. But you know what? These are important stories too. Like people dig on cereal box comics. Like I had a really special relationship to the goofy little dinky free comics. I'd get in Nintendo Power or in a GameCube game or whatever, wherever they'd slip in a free comic. What kind of soap is this? This isn't soap, it's a piece of clay face. Oh well. I'm sorry. That caught me by surprise. All right, and then there's like cool motorcycles and cool Batman doing deductive reasoning kind of stuff. They didn't explain how he knew. Okay, they didn't explain how he knew he had a hostage, that the hostage was a fake and it was just a part of Clayface. But I don't know. Like they should have had Batman say like, "Oh, I knew based on the time it took for Clayface to get here that he didn't have time to double back and find it," or right, something like that. I don't know. But I did see some cool like Batman doing some deductive reasoning kind of stuff. More of these like, I don't know. I read the preview of this, The Secret Spiral of Swamp Kid, and the problem is like the point of something like Diary of a Wimpy Kid is that it's very identifiable. So I don't know if that actually works if you have like some, I don't know, like fan fiction Swamp Thing as Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like Diary of a Kid who is Batman's #1 fan and has like completely normal school experiences, but then he writes like journals about how much he loves Batman. I feel like that would work. I just don't. I just think this is two things that are good, but don't necessarily work together when you squish them together. I didn't like Black Canary Ignite either when I read the preview there. All right, and then they put in two good old classic Batman Adventures comics. Batman Adventures were such good Batman comics. They were good as Batman comics. They were good continuations of the animated series. Fantastic. So let me get the creative. Look at this. Okay, Batman, no words. Batman with scratches on him. Batman's in trouble. Batman's in more trouble. It's the Man-Bat. That's great. Scott Peterson, writer. Craig Rosayu, penciler. Terry Beatty. All right, there's the creative team. It's really great, really heartfelt. Batman's just sympathetic and wants to help people. Then the second story after that is a neat Joker story, Madness and Chaos, and all cause of me. We got Ty Templeton, and I've seen Ty Templeton's name on lots of great comics as the writer, Terry Beatty the artist, Zai Volnol as the colorist. All right, and this is a neat, fun little thing where they kind of talk about looting, and I even love that Jim Gordon remembers the last time there was looting in Gotham, and Tim Drake read about it. They do this nice thing where they kind of have the joke. One of the things I liked about the Joker in the animated series was he always felt threatening and kind of terrifying, but they obviously had to tiptoe around him killing anybody. And I remember as a kid reading the comics where he'd actually killed a person, and then the episode that was adapted from the comic where they'd say, "Oh, we got the antidote to him just in time." And it's like, yeah, I still watched the guy almost laugh himself to death. That still freaked me the heck out, right? Which is great, which is exactly what he should be. He's terrifying to a youngster. You know as a kid that he's absolutely capable of murdering people. And they even do this nice thing in the dialogue where Gordon kind of makes the point that when the Joker spears someone to just talk to the press and increase, Joker's infamy, even that, there's a kind of a sadistic element to it where he wants them to live on and make him more famous. And in a perverse way, the Joker gets what he wants, even when he shows mercy. That was a nice little writing bit. So if the first two stories were kind of like fun, like, oh no, it's Man Shark and Clayface, we gotta stop him. The two animated series stories had a nice little evoking Batman stopping the lawlessness because Batman represents law and order and the people respect him, right? Very much like Frank Miller, where Batman has to reestablish order in Gotham after an electromagnetic pulse. They basically just ripped off that storyline and did it with the animated series Batman, and it works. There's some made-for-TV interracial interracial gangs that are kind of like a little goofy, but Joker's great, the Bat Family's great, and kind of like the themes of restoring order over against chaos. Oh, come on, you don't get to do there. I can read that. That's 10-point font. I can read that. Just have it say News at 11. The Batman restores order. Right? It's not that hard. Just make up a few words. I tried to read this too, DC superhero girls, and Zatanna needs a top hat. All right, DC. She's a cute girl with a top hat. Not many superheroes get to wear a top hat, and it's one of those things where if you see the top hat, you say, that's Zatanna. No one knows that's Zatanna. Give her I know you don't want to give her fishnets because it's a DC superheroes girls book. If you can't give her fishnets, you better give her a top hat, DC. That's all I gotta say. I'm mad. All right. And Batman Overdrive is goofy. Hey, kids. He's a cool ninja guy. All right. Hey, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly who they're marketing to. I dig it. So, collectors, I don't know. I'm just curious. Collectors, would you actually pay anything to get the display case? These Target and Walmart comics. Did I just luck out when I got that? Well, doesn't matter now because it's all going to my boy, the Batman fan. Happy birthday. Number one Marmaduke fan. Love you guys. Catch you later.